I want to welcome you all to the Kingdomcentered International Bible class. Call someone, tell someone that Bible is on the air. We if you don't mind, going with me to Proverbs 30. Proverbs 30. Let's look one more time at the 7th verse. I know we looked at it this morning. Those of you that were with us this morning, we looked at it in relativity. And if I can, I just want to go over what we talked about on Sunday. I want to go over what I talked about on Sunday. Proverbs 30. And Proverbs 30 and 7. I do want to invite you all to this Friday, to where I want you to join us for something small but significant. Small but significant. As we prepare to close out this Proverbs 30 with small and significant, Friday at 6:30 p.m. on Facebook Live. Amen. Amen. Then I want you to join us on Saturday for a godly woman. A godly woman. I don't want anybody to miss this one. Gather your moms, aunts, sisters, nieces. I want everybody to hear this one. Fellas, you can even grab friends, grab mentors, mentees for this one on a godly woman. It is the interest of thy word that bringeth life and light to the glorious and matchless gospel of Jesus Christ. Let the people be blessed by thee, but never impressed by me, caused by the revelation of thy word, to see you more clearly, to follow you more nearly, to hear you more dearly, to love you more clearly. Now let the words of my mouth and the meditation that is upon my heart be acceptable in your sight, thy strength, thy redeemer. And every glad heart said amen. Proverbs 30. Proverbs 30 and 7. When you have that, please indicate by shouting amen. Proverbs 30 and 7. And it reads as thus. It says, God, there are two things, for those of you that don't know the text by now, God, there are two things I am asking you for before I die. Only two things. Empty out of my heart everything that is false. Every lie, every excuse, every crowded thing. Give me neither undue poverty or undue wealth, but rather feed my soul with the pleasure of prosperity that pleases you. May my satisfaction be found in you. Don't let me be so rich that I don't need you, or so poor that I have to resort to dishonesty just to make ends meet. Just to make ends meet. That's what I can't do that. May my satisfaction be in you. Don't let me be so rich that I don't need you, or so poor that I have to resort to dishonesty to make ends meet. Then my life will never detract from bringing glory to your name. So, Father, text. Look at somebody and give them a subject, and even if you need to ask them the question, neighbor, is that an idol in your pocket? That was my message for Sunday. Is that an idol in your pocket? For just a few moments, you may be seated in the presence of the Lord. Is that an idol in your pocket? Is our subject here. I'm not going to go into relativity of what I've done. In Numbers, the 24th chapter. Excuse me, the 20. See, they were either dead or they were dying precisely. Or they're dying now. Because they've abandoned the very theology that gave them birth in the first place. See, persecution didn't touch them. Liberation did. See, that comes reaping what they sow. See, I can't speak out against Christ and then hope Christ will somehow save me. I can't deny Christ for almost about 50, 60 years, and then when God shows up, and then I say, well, Lord, I did everything you told me to do, but you still denied me. See, I get real nervous, and I hate that I do this. I get nervous at seeing how theologically ignorant the average Christian is. Why do I say that? Because Proverbs 30 verses 7 and 9 proves a very fact. That we ought to ask the dangerous question, because verse 9 says, our bellies are full, but we deny the Lord. My belly is full, but I'm still denying him. See, how filled are your bellies? Let's look at the text one more time. He says, empty out of my heart everything that's false. Which means everything that never lined up with your word. I said never. He said, everything that does not sit right with you, Lord, remove it. How filled are your bellies? Are they so full that you've redefined poverty? See, poverty means the lack of food, clothing, or shelter. If we have these, we should be content. But they always say when Christmas comes, a child is always in want. Because the child has a bunch of other things in his house. Meanwhile, they want this from the second company, this from Genesis, a DVD player, a laptop, They want significant, they want material things that won't bring them joy. They want things. See, we've gone from defining poverty in terms of food, clothing, and shelter to the terms of Sega, Genesis, DVDs, and Nikes. See, we have the absolute fattest, most obese, poverty-stricken people in the world. See now, Prophet, what are you saying? What allows us to do this? See, what gets us to this point is the mere fact that God has given us abundance of riches. Matthew chapter 10, I believe so. Don't y'all hurt me if that's wrong. Matthew 10, I believe it's somewhere in Matthew, and they say, nowhere will a rich man enter into the kingdom of heaven. Nowhere. Now you see, while I'm thankful for that abundance and have no burning desire to move to some third world country anytime soon, I am increasingly aware of the grave spiritual danger that's in it. Let me give you an example. The commercials come by on the TV and scandalously lady, all with idols in their pocket.